Hello friend, today we are going to learn derivation of Hamilton equation from vibrational principle. We derive this equation from the Hamiltonian principle, and Hamiltonian principle is given that del I is equal to del of integration t1 to t2 L dt is equal to 0. This is equation number 1. This equation led itself to this purpose, but as a formulated originally, it refers to the path in a configuration phase. The first modification, therefore, is that the integral must be evaluated over the trajectory of the system, a point in phase space, and varied path must be in the neighborhood of the phase space trajectory. In the spirit of Hamiltonian formulation, both q and p q and p must be treated as an independent coordinate. The q and p are independent coordinate of phase space to be varied independently. To this end, the integral in action integral 1 must be expressed as a function of both q and p, and their time derivative uh, appears as del I is equal to del of integration t1 to t2 pi qi dot minus h of qpt dt is equal to 0. As the vibrational principle in phase space, the equation 2 is sometimes referred to as a modified Hamiltonian principle. This equation is known as modified Hamilton principle. Although it will be used most frequently in the connection with the transformation theory, the main interest in it here is show that the principle lead to Hamilton canonical equation of motion. The modified principle is exactly of the form of variational problem in the space of 2n dimensional. Consider as del I is equal to del of integration t1 to t2 f of q dot p dot t dt is equal to 0, and this is equation 3, for which 2n Euler-Lagrange's equation are 2n Euler-Lagrange's equation are d upon dt into del f upon del q j dot minus del f upon del q j is equal to 0, and j is equal to 1 to n. And second, d upon dt into del f upon del p j dot minus del f upon del pj is equal to 0, and j is equal to 1 to n. That is the equation number 4, that is 5. The integrand f is given in equation integrand f is given in equation 2 contain qj dot and only through the pi qi term and qi only in h, and hence this lead to the equation pj dot e plus del h upon pj dot del h upon del qj is equal to 0. That is equation number 6. And on the other hand, there is no explicit dependence of the integrand in equation 2 and on a pj dot equation 6, therefore reduce simply to qj dot minus del h upon del pj is equal to 0. That is equation number 7. The equation 6 and 7 are exactly Hamiltonian equation of the motion. These two equations are the equation of Hamiltonian equation of motion, and Euler-Lagrange's of the modified Hamiltonian principle are thus derived the canonical equation of motion. This derivation of Hamiltonian equation from the variational principle is so brief as to give the appearance of sleight of hand trick. One wonder whether something extra has been sick in while we were being the misdirected by the magician pattern. In the modified Hamiltonian principle equivalent to Hamiltonian principle, or does it contain some additional physics? The question is largely irrelevant. The primary justification for the modified Hamiltonian principle is that it leads to the canonical equation of motion in phase space. After all, no further argument was given for the validity of the Hamiltonian principle than that it corresponds to the Lagrangian equation of motion. So long as the Hamiltonian can be constructed, the Ligandre transformation procedure shows that the Ligandre Lagrange's and Hamiltonian formulation and therefore their respective variational principle have the same physical content. One question that can be raised, however, is the whether derivation put limitation on the variation of the trajectory that are not present in Hamiltonian principle. The variational principle leading to the Euler-Lagrange equation is formulated such that the variation of independent variable vanish at the end point, and in phase space that would be required del qj qi is equal to 0 and del pi is equal to 0 at the end point, whereas the Hamiltonian principle requires only vanishing of the del qi, and under the same circumstance a look at the derivation as spell over the will show, however, that the variation is required to be 0 at the end point only in order to get rid of the integrated term arise from the variation in the time derivative of the independent variable. While the f function that correspond to the modified Hamiltonian principle is indeed a function of qj dot, there is no explicit appearance of pj dot, and therefore without stippling the variation of pj at the end point, the modified Hamiltonian principle will the integrand L defined in term of the Hamiltonian equation, and this Hamiltonian equation lead to the equation under the same variation condition as those in Hamilton's principle. Nonetheless, there are advantages to require that the varied path in the modified Hamiltonian principle return to the same endpoint in both Q and P. For we then have a more generalized condition of Hamilton equation of motion. As with the Hamiltonian principle, if there is no variation at the endpoint, we can add a total time derivative of any arbitrary function f of q p t to the integrand without affecting the validity of the variational principle. Suppose the example, we subtract from integrand the quantity d upon dt qi pi. The modified Hamiltonian principle would then read del of integral t1 to t2 minus pi dot qi minus h of qpt dt is equal to 0. That is equation number 8. Here the f integrand is a function of p dot, and it is easily to write that the Euler-Lagrangian equation, and with this f again correspond to Hamiltonian equation of motion. Yet the integrand is not integrand in equation 8 is not the Lagrangian, nor can it in general be simply related to the Lagrangian by the point transformation in the configuration space. By restricting the variation of both Q and P to be 0 at the endpoint, the modified Hamiltonian principle provides the independent and general way of setting up the Hamiltonian equation of motion without a prior Lagrangian formulation. If you will, it does away with the necessity of the linkage between the Hamiltonian canonical variable and corresponding Lagrangian set of the generalized coordinate and velocity. This will be very important to us in the next topic, where we examine the transformation of phase space variables that preserve the Hamiltonian form of the equation of motion. Thank you.